មាជិកគណៈបានសង្គ្រោះជាតិប្រាជ្ញាវិញ្ញាណសាមគ្គីក្រុមនានាសង្គ្រោះបម្រើការពារកម្ពុជាខ្មែរក្រុមគ្រប់គ្នាទាមទារសិទ្ធិសេរីឯករាជ្យបូរណភាពអធិបតេយ្យខ្មែរប្រស្រីបដូរផ្ដាច់ថែរក្សាមិនឲ្យបរទេសឈ្លានពានមកត្រួតត្រាសម្បត្តិដូនតាធនធានជាតិខ្មែរព្រះអាទិត្យរាំងបំភ្លឺកម្ពុជាខ្មែរឯកភាពគ្នាដងស្រាយបញ្ហាយោបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គមអហិង្សាសពវត្តថ្លៃថ្លាជីវភាពរុងរឿងដីយើងពូជយើងភូខលយើងខ្មែរក្រោកឡើងសង្គមជាកាមេរ៉ាបោះឆ្នោតឲ្យចំដល់អំណាចជូនប្រជាដើម្បីកម្ពុជារួមរស់សេនសានជ័យយោគណៈបកសង្គ្រោះជាតិសមាជិកគណៈបកសង្គ្រោះជាតិប្រាជ្ញាវិញ្ញាណសាមគ្គីក្រុមនានាសង្គ្រោះបម្រើការពារកម្ពុជាខ្មែរគ្រប់គ្នាទាមទារសិទ្ធិសេរីឯករាជ្យបូរណភាពអធិបតេយ្យខ្មែរប្រស្រីបដូរផ្ដាច់ថែរក្សាមិនឲ្យបរទេសឈ្លានពានមកត្រួតត្រាសម្បត្តិដូនតាធនធានជាតិខ្មែរព្រះអាទិត្យរាំងបំភ្លឺកម្ពុជាខ្មែរឯកភាពគ្នាដងស្រាយបញ្ហាយោបាយសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គមអហិង្សាសពវត្តថ្លៃថ្លាជីវភាពរុងរឿងដីយើងពូជយើងភូខលយើងខ្មែរក្រោកឡើងសង្គ្រោះជាតិខេមរាបោះឆ្នោតឲ្យចំផ្ដល់អំណាចជូនប្រជាដើម្បីកម្ពុជារួមរស់សេនសាន
And hello everyone, welcome to our Facebook Live. This show is called Khmer Youth Voices for Justice. I am live from Los Angeles, California. My name is Linda Wu. I am your host for today or this evening. We are broadcasting live to bring together the passionate voice of Khmer youth overseas, Khmer youth around the world, united by the common cause, so seeking human rights and democracy in Cambodia. As many of you may know, Cambodia is a country with a rich history, rich culture, and a resilient spirit. However, it is a country that has faced significant challenges when it comes to human rights and democratic freedoms. So for those of us that living overseas, like living in America, living in Canada or Europe, our hearts are never far away from Cambodia. So we feel the struggle and the triumph of our people in Cambodia deeply. We feel deeply. And it is connect us, that drive us to speak out and also to advocate for changes. So today, we will try to amplify the voices of young Cambodian Americans who are dedicated to making changes. I haven't been here. I haven't been on a show for a couple of weeks. Actually, today is June 18, 2024 in the US, and I know it's June 19 in Cambodia. In America, it is close to summer, so many youth are out of school. So I'm going to try to as much as possible to bring or to invite as many youth to join our show. Not much of talking about politics, but also talking about themselves, talking about who they are and why they want to speak and why they want to advocate for changes in Cambodia. So that's my intention for this summer. So you will see different faces of youth, and many of them they are in the university, they are going to school, and many of them are home for the summer. So hopefully, if you have kids, please send them my way. I would love to talk to them, not just kid youth, very youthful in the youth in America, especially. And if you are overseas, you're in Japan or Korea or anywhere out, and you want to your kid to can able to understand English, please send them over. Let me introduce one of my youth. Today, his name is Phakdey. He is one of the youth that I've known for many years. So he's finally agreed to come to the show. So for that, I am grateful, and I also want other youth to see how he's doing, to see how he's that I'm like I said, we start out, we're not going to start about politics. We not if he would like to talk or other youth want to talk about politics, we do that. But when we started out, we want him to be comfortable start talking about himself, talking about what he want to do, and also because he's on my show, we know that he care and concerned about Cambodia. So we'll start out like that. Let me bring him out.
Hello, my name is Phakdey. I'm a student at University of California, Santa Barbara, and I'm glad to be joining Linda in her show today. Mm-hmm.
And thank you, Phakdey, for being here. As like I told our audience, you are our youth, and I am hoping that many other youth can join our show throughout the summer. So we will see different faces. And because, like I said, I told Phakdey we're not going to be talking about politics as much. If he want to join about politics, he can talk about politics. But I know Phakdey, he's come from a family that's very politic, and he's do care and concerned about Cambodia. Phakdey, I'm going to go through a new brief, and then I will bring you out and we'll chit chat. Okay. Sounds good.
Got it.
Thank you. See, like that. So, like I said, if you have your kid that's home for the summer, please bring them out. Please ask them to join my show, and I would more than happy to have them here. We would like as many youth as possible during the summer, and so there we go. Again, thank you and welcome to our show. Our show is entirely in English. Please put in your comment, put in your questions, so that way we can have a engaging Facebook Live. I would like to do, like earlier, I would like to do a show where I want to give a briefing on what's going on in Cambodia, so that way our youth that watch my show or the youthful or people that are watching my show know what's going on. Sometimes we are so busy with life that we don't have time to follow the news. So if you are watching my show and you're joining me, thank you so much. And I just want to bring out a little bit of what's going on. One of them is we have heard about the Tekjo Canal project. It's supposed to start at the end of the year. Let me see if I can find like something that you can get your hand on, so that way you can see what are they building. And so this is it's supposed to be 180-kilometer canal that's going to build through Cambodia. Let me see. And the whole, I think since last year and this year's all the Hunmanite and Hun San talk about is the canal, talking about building it. And as you have known, I have talked about this many times. So finally, we have a start date. let's just go that we have a start date. It's going to start on former Prime Minister Hun Sen birthday, which is on August 5th. Let me see. Trying to find a video so you can see this canal. Like, what is this? For our youth that never seen this canal, and that's all you would hear now that you Google Cambodia. If you go to Cambodia, you see many people changing their Facebook profile. Sorry, to support this. And we also talk many times how it's not sufficient. It's not. We don't know. We know the impact, and we know why Hun Sen is pushing this. Let me share the screen with you. So this is the route of the canal. So we are talking about the start of the canal now is on August 5th. And some people, many analysts, many political analysts have said it, that they are tying this canal to Hun Sen's birthday. To if you anything about Cambodia, you know that everywhere in Cambodia you see thank you peace. So I guess when they after building this canal or starting at this canal, there's probably going to be thank you peace again for this canal, or thank you the Hun family for this canal, or making people feeling grateful for the Hun family and for this legacy of the canal. At the same time, this canal, we have so much going on in Cambodia. We have economy problem, we have unemployment problem, we have drug problem, we have deteriorating in human rights and democracy, and many other problems in Cambodia. But at the same time, the regime is only talking about the canal. So this is actually pulling the attention away from the real issue. The real issue, we have over 2 million migrant workers in Thailand because they couldn't find work. And we're talking about microfinance in Cambodia. There's nobody solving that issue. We're talking about how horrible how the economy is. And if you go to the supermarket and you go to anywhere, it's very slow. So unemployment is up the roof, drugs up the roof, and everything else that's going on in Cambodia is not going well, but they are talking about building this. So this is a 180 kilometer, it's called Phu Nhan Tekcho Canal. It's going to cost $1.7 billion. It's funded by China as part of the Belt and Road Initiative, so BRI. This canal provides a waterway linking the capital of Phnom Penh and the deep seaport in the coastal province Gai Ottoman. So basically, it's opening to the South China Sea. When we're talking about South China Sea, we are talking about Ream Naval Base as well. And the U.S. have urged the Cambodian to provide a greater transparency regarding this canal, this $1.7 billion project. Concerned because the U.S. concerned that this canal will boost the China military presence in Cambodia. So in addition to Ream Naval Base, where there are 2 ships there practicing or exercising, where Hun Sen and Hun Manet have so many time, basically Hun Sen so many time deny or saying no, the Ream Naval Base does not use for the naval base, but and against you only see China military base and naval military that practicing there. So China is leveraging China. The China influence in Cambodia is very high, and so this gonna affect this canal also. Showing China muscle in Cambodia. It's going to affect the China Sea through Cambodia. So this canal is posing a direct threat to the regional stability in South China Sea. So that's one of the reasons. And also, Sorry. See, I haven't talked for so long, so now I'm talking. Hun Sen have ruled the country for over 40 years. 40 years. And during those 40 years, he has been, the country have been deforestations, land grabbing everywhere. And because they want those land, build condo, build home, and sell for profit. So everything is making profit for the regime. So this canal where the regime is talking for so many months now on how it is great for the Cambodian people, it's good for the economy and all that environment, for the water in Cambodia. If this is so great, and if this canal is so great and so benefit to the Cambodian people, why does it take 40 years to somebody to actually thought about it? It's going to be built it, and then when it's built, it's using China money. If it's so benefit to Cambodian people and so much benefit, it should have thought about 40 years ago, don't you think? But it didn't. So it, and everyone is concerned from the international standpoint that this canal is showing China is continue to flex its muscle in Cambodia, through Ream Naval Base to the airport, through the canal. So I just want to bring up a little of that insight of news. So basically, I'm talking about myself updating this. Okay, now we are talking about one. We're gonna move on for the canal. We're gonna talk about 3 more convicted and 3 billion money laundering case deported to Cambodia from Singapore, deported to Cambodia. So Cambodia is receiving the best of the best people into Cambodia. Let me let me pull up the new, and so that way you can see who they are. So these people are holding Cambodia passport, and these 3 wonderful people that actually got deported into Cambodia. So, and it's not just million, or it's 100,000 or million, it's $3 billion money laundering case deported to Cambodia. So this is a situation where the regime just will take anyone or anywhere. We take basically Cambodia now is a land of criminal. I couldn't say any more than that, because anyone who has money able to get themselves a Cambodian passport, like these 3 people, it's not Cambodian, but they have Cambodia passport. So Singapore is deporting them to Cambodia. So the best of the best into Cambodia, and we should be worried. We should be very worried, because money laundering, when you're talking about money laundering, and then you're talking about these people is inside Cambodia. So we're talking about Cambodia is an epic center of scamming, online scamming operations, and it's keep going. And we, according to the latest United States Institution of Peace that came out in May, it's like the revenue generated by cyber scam in Cambodia is estimated to exceed $12.5 billion. So these people who, I guess, the best of the best of people came to that Cambodia is willing to accept, willing to move, let them freely roam into Cambodia. How a history of money laundering, and Cambodia as a result, how a lot of online scamming issue, and it just keep going, and it's going. And the release by the United States Institution of Technology, United States Institution of Peace, estimated that cyber scam in Cambodia, it's not it's a really good business. It's generating good business for the regime. It's a profit for the regime. So That's why you can never find the perpetrator that actually creating all these scam compound. You always will find victim. You always find victim who of this scam compound. And Cambodia day after day doing rescue operations, but at the same time you can never find who behind those rescue operations. So, and I just want to show you, this is the latest let me see, that new of the 3 people that deported. It came out on June 16th, so 2 days ago. So these people are deported to Cambodia. So as a result, Cambodia got 3 of the, we can say, the worst people, but I guess in Cambodia is the land of criminal. We get the best of the best criminal into Cambodia, and it should be, we as a Cambodian living overseas, that's very scary for a country that more than wild west, where you can never find perpetrator, the country can never help you find. So it's no such thing as say no to criminal. Everyone that have a rap sheet or have any criminal background, come on over to Cambodia, because it's the land of the free and the land of the wild. So okay, that's the second topic. And thank you, Namin Pauline, and thank you, Lupurikia. They both said it. No to the canal. Yes, it's a waste of people. It's a waste of money. It's money that borrowed from China, and then Cambodia people is going to be not seeing any result, nothing, any benefit from it. It's so $1.7 billion, or it's $1.7 billion just to build this canal. And if, like I said, if this canal is such a good thing for the Cambodian people, why wouldn't they think of it 40 years ago? They think of cutting the forest, they selling the forest, selling the country, selling land, but they didn't think about the canal. Come on. So, and let me see the third thing. I have a topic. Third topic. My third topic is this one. It's tough to hear. It's tough to swallow. It's tough just to hear about it. I want to share a video, a voice of Hun Sen, telling his follower, telling his people to smash the opposition. So I want you to hear, and it's also the voice also in English as well. So let me share them. The thing is, it's nothing new, but at the same time, I want the international community, I want everyone to hear about it, and I want everyone to hear, because it's tough to swallow. And this is from Her Excellency Mosahur website. Let me see. I can play it.
បំផ្លាញកម្លាំងពួកប្រឆាំងកុំឲ្យពួកប្រឆាំងមានកម្លាំងប្រើបាយប្រឆាំងលើមួយវាយមួយហើយចូលមួយទាញមួយហើយទាញបានមួយហ្នឹងគឺថាឲ្យអ្នកហ្នឹងទៅទាញបន្តទៀតតាមវិធីគឺថាយកលោទៅលោកកុំយកថ្មីទៅផ្ទះណែកូនខ្លាឬក៏យកថ្មីទៅផ្ទះលោកយកនេះក្រេតទៅផ្ទះលោកគឺអត់ត្រូវទេអញ្ចឹងសូមឲ្យយកចិត្តទុកដាក់ធ្វើកិច្ចការងារហ្នឹងឲ្យបានល្អបំផុតសង្ឃឹមថាឯកឧត្តមលោកទាវធ្វើកិច្ចការងារនេះឲ្យហ្មត់ចត់ហើយនៅមានយន្តការមួយចំនួនគឺជំនាញខាងអរិញណែរោមុខសញ្ញាសម្រាប់វាយមកវាយមុខសញ្ញាណាវាយមុខសញ្ញាណារឹងអាហ្នឹងគឺចូលវាយមកហុកទាញប៉ុន្តែបើមិនមកគឺថាបំផ្លាញជើងក្រោមចោលមកហ្នឹងនិយាយគ្នាច្បាស់បំផ្លាញកម្លាំងពួកប្រឆាំងកុំឲ្យពួកប្រឆាំងមានកម្លាំងប្រើបាយប្រឆាំងលើមួយវាយមួយហើយចូលមួយទាញមួយហើយទាញបានមួយ
I hope you can read that English caption what he's saying. It's not something new, but at the same time, I want everyone to hear about it. it's the reality of people that living in Cambodia. It's the reality that if you go against the regime and you go against the regime, you either die, you end up in jail, or you get beaten, harassed. So the international community should not should reconsider themselves when they engage with the Hunmanite government. It's not a government; it's a regime, because it's not a voice. Also, Hunmanite does not represent the voice of the Cambodian people, the voice of the voter. The United States and the European Union should implement a robust sanctions against the regime, especially the U.S. And I'm actually pleading and actually calling for the U.S. to pass H.R. 4659 and also the S2331 Cambodia Democracy and Human Rights Acts, which is to impose sanctions, targeted sanctions on those responsible for undermining democracies and human rights in Cambodia. The reason I'm tying to that, because I want everyone to hear how horrible and how horrible the regime is, and that is the current situation in Cambodia, the current state of human rights, the current state of democracy in Cambodia, where the regime harass, kill, and also tell their people to harass and smash. And that's the word from the leader, the former leader of Cambodia. And you all know his son is the prime minister. So it is very sad to hear. It's very sad to hear that Cambodia has a leadership like that, a leadership that kill and destroy and harass people, harass his, not just people, his own people, their own Cambodian people. So on that case, like I said, I call for the international community, not just U.S. I want to call the European. I want to call the United States as well. Because it's horrendous just to hear about it. We know about it. We know that they've been doing it. We know that political opposition have been arrested. And we know that Sen Hunman had been a prime minister, and not even a single prisoner have been released. So it is worse than his father. And again, that is the current situation in Cambodia. So if you have any news, you have anything that you want me to talk about, but I can only, everything is every day. There's always news going on. There's land grab, victim of microfinance, political oppositions. I was going to talk about National Power Party, that where they are calling out for the release of political party. So everyone is not safe, not just political opposition. Anyone that like land activists, they are not safe. Human rights defender, the medias, if you report on Hun Sen and the whole regime or the regime itself, if you go against their quote thank you peace, and thank you peace and prosperity and development in Cambodia, you will be harassed. And like Hun Sen just said it, that smash and kill. So it's really unfortunate. So thank you so much for listening to my news. Let's talk about the youth now. Let's bring the youth and let's see what he has to say, and let him introduce himself, and he already introduced himself, but let's learn more about our youth. Phakdey, okay? Hello again, Phakdey. How are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thank you.
So do you get any of the news that I just informed our audience? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, upon the news hearing about Cambodia and just the Hun family in general, everyone knows that they monopolize much of the wealth in Cambodia, where they, do land grabs and hold political prisoners. And in general, there's like a censorship of media and activism in Cambodia. And I feel like that's why we're doing this, where it's like we're trying to spread democracy in the diaspora. It's because we're trying to protect the human rights that's available in Cambodia. The Hun regime and in general in the regime in Cambodia, they want people to feel like that their rights are given to them and can also be taken away from them. However, if you look at the human rights and the international community, human rights is something that's inherent. And, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to protect people and their rights. And through that process, we're able to change people's opinion and create change in Cambodia. And it starts from the diaspora. It starts from people realizing that the privilege we have in the countries outside, where we're allowed to practice our freedom of speech, and our freedom of expression, and just overall in general critique and give our opinions about the government like we're doing right now. And upon like hearing about the Hun families, just their general atrocities and crimes that they commit. Cambodia's largest export is probably cheap labor. Everywhere you see when it comes to like your clothes, your merchandise, when it comes to fast fashion, you see it as made from Cambodia. And what cheap labor does is that it it these labors are so cheap because it infringes upon human rights. It makes people work in unfair working conditions, and in general it dehumanizes them and just creates them, and it just makes them commodities and capital. And that's what the Hun family is doing in Cambodia. They don't see people as people, but they see them as commodities and capital in order to build themselves up. And that's just what it is right now that they're doing. However,
I want to show you. Yeah, I want to show you the pictures. Her name is Jimsita. She's currently in prison. She's one of the Naga leader in Cambodia, where she's a union leader, protesting, wanting fair wage for her people that work for the Naga Corp that make so much money every year from gambling, and she is in jail. So there is no such thing as labor. There's no such thing as protective of the people that work. There's no labor right. And when you talking about cheap labor, that's what you're talking about. Cheap labor, where the owner of the factory, the owner of the casino has all the power, where the people doesn't have power at all. So when every time everyone in Cambodia tried to organize a union, they got either laid off or they got eliminated. And in this case, Jimsita is still in jail for a charge that is such a crazy thing that that we shouldn't be. We don't understand. So anything is what is called in English incitement. Everything people would be charged, get charged for incitement. Again, the incitement in Cambodia. Any new that you read lately, somebody that you want to? Samsung, sorry, Phakdey, that you want to share to our audience. Sorry about that.
Regarding news in Cambodia, I don't really understand much, but when it comes to Cambodian American news, I know there's a lot of Cambodian Americans who are trying to exemplify just the Cambodian struggle and coming over here as a refugee, as well as an immigrant and growing up here. And I feel like a lot of them, there's a lot of activism going on in the Cambodian American community, and they do a lot to show things such as like donut shop owners and just the working and how they worked up to become an American citizen. I think there's this artist, I think her name is, let me just search up her name. She draws like people on these pink donut boxes, and her name is Fung Hyun, and she really encapsulates the experience of coming to America as a refugee and trying to create your own space. And one of the ways many Cambodians do it, is through being in the donut business. And in general, I feel like there's a lot of Cambodian people who have made it here and they want to contribute back to Cambodia and in any way they can, because they understand that the country has suffered a lot, and just in general they want to be able to help the country that they had to flee forcefully and come back with just a sense of pride and just a sense of inner pride, And again, when it comes to what Hun Sen is doing and Hun Manet is doing, when it comes to the Funan Canal, a lot of Cambodia's issues regarding the economy is, they we have a lot of issues regarding education, lack of healthcare, lack of educational resources. Some countries, some provinces in Cambodia don't have running water, and when you're using $1.7 billion in order to create a canal for commercial purposes, which we don't even know if it's for commercial purposes, it could be just another way for China to just exert their military strength. It really adds to the fact that the regime does not care about the common people and the working class. They just aim to appease, just the general just the general power that they're under, which is currently China, and it could change at any moment. But yeah.
We hope that we hope it's changed, because currently China has a lot of power in Cambodia. They're flexing their muscle, and the $1.7 billion, it's China money, but the people of Cambodia is going to be paying for it. So for so many years, I think 50-year contract, that the Cambodia people will not see that fruit of the canal at all. And when you said that there are other issues, education, healthcare, no job, over 2 million migrant workers work like animal in Thailand with unsafe conditions, crossing the border. Some people couldn't afford to pay the passport fee, and got arrested. So the treatment of the horrendous conditions that the migrant worker have to go through, and also it's horrible. But again, nobody talking about that. Nobody talking about it in Cambodia. Nobody talking about creating jobs or creating not healthcare for the young people, but healthcare for the old people. But unfortunately, it's unheard of. The regime would rather talk and talk about the canal, building the canal, and also August the 5th is Hun Sen's birthday, and they are moving it from the end of the year to that day, so that way everyone in Cambodia will think about the canal and tie it to Hun Sen, and be because they purposely wanting the Cambodian people to be grateful for this gift of the canal, like anything out in Cambodia, the grateful for all the gift, but in reality, it's the money from the people that paying taxes every single day to support the regime and so every school, every bridge that in Cambodia, it's always have thank you peace and development. So, well, thank you, Phakdey, for bringing that up. Let's talk about you. So, so what school do you go to? Which school you telling our audience? He's very young. He's actually in he's college age, so he's he's our youth. Whereas I'm very youthful to you guys. So which school you going to, and how long you're gonna be at home? Because we need the youth to help with our petitions, help with S2331, HR 4659. So tell our audience which school you're going to. You are on a summer break, and when are you starting your school again?
Okay. I'm 20 years old. I go to University of California, Santa Barbara. Right now, I'm studying economics and accounting, and yeah. So I just finished school last week, and 2 weeks ago is also my birthday. But yeah, thank you. And yeah, so I'm on summer break for 3 months up until September because of the UC system. We have like long summer breaks, and I'm glad to be a part of the show. It's important that a lot of Khmer youths are able to speak on these issues, because I think for me it's a lot of us understand what's going on in Cambodia, and since we're in college age, we connect a lot of the issues that are happening in Cambodia with like a lot of the news we see in general, globally. And we just want to be able to express just our frustrations with whatever is happening, and just in general have our own voice and our own opinion too.
Thank you, Phakdey. And it is very important. Like I told our audience earlier that I'm doing this summer. I'm gonna be, hopefully I can bring different faces each week to talk about. Mostly I want you to talk about yourself. I want you to show other youth that you're just a regular youth going to school. Now you're going to school, 2 more years you could be finished school, you could be working, but at the same time, on your spare time, you advocate and work hard for Cambodia. You advocate for Cambodia because you want to see Cambodia as free as possible or close to as possible to America. We live in a country where we can speak our mind. We can, it's not the civic space and the freedom of expression is not restricted. Where in Cambodia, you cannot even say anything. Actually, let me take it back. You can say anything about peace and development, but you cannot say anything against peace and development. So it's very restricted. So thank you, Phakdey, for being here. What are you after is someone the youth watching you? What do you wish that what are you hoping that after seeing you, what do people want people to do?
Upon just seeing me talk, I just want people to understand that the reason why we're so passionate about the ongoing issues in Cambodia is because we have a lot of empathy, and a lot of empathy for people who don't have a voice. Like you said, there are people out there, union laborers and workers, migrant workers, people who have suffered under the current regime, and they don't have as much opportunities, nor they don't know that they're under an oppressive regime the way we do, because we look at it from an outside perspective. And just to carry that empathy and try to help them in general, because it goes a long way just to have empathy for others and just to help and care for them, and it will help out a country in the future, when in future generations too, when we look back.
What is other youth? If other youth were to tell you, Phakdey, what do you mean Cambodia doesn't have freedom of expression, freedom of why do you keep saying that Cambodia doesn't have democracy and Cambodia doesn't have the respect of human rights? It's so much fun when I go down to Cambodia. What do you tell them?
um in that regard, I would tell them that it's it's what the regime wants you to think. When you come and visit, you are treated like a visitor and you're given a good time because you don't live there. And when you live there, when you have family there, and when you interrogate the family over there and just get a look at their daily lives, you understand that there are kids out there who have an education, and kids young as like 8 years old, and all they learn is all about propaganda messages on why the regime is good, why is this and that, and they don't understand how to criticize, how to think critically. And then also, when you look at the streets everywhere in Cambodia, you see kids who are who should be at school. They're not at school. They're out there working or begging in the streets, and you know that type of nation, that type of democracy, that's false, and it's not something that can be upheld for a long time. It's not something that you would want to look back on and just and just be a part of, when you have so much pride as Cambodian. You just look at it and you just feel that there's a lot of frustrating things going on, and you would want to do more about it. And it's great to be on vacation and see the good things and be a part of the good culture of Cambodia. But it's also realizing that when you can enjoy the good things, you have a privilege, and then that privilege can also be used to help all the people who don't have as much, you know, as much wealth or things that you do too.
Um, what happened if they tell you this, and oh, Cambodia is under one leadership, under one family, because the Cambodian people are loved and adored and keep voting for him? What do you say to that?
I would say, well,
For
there's
40 years, people love him. People vote for him. Now his son, now not just him, they love his family. Now his son is the prime minister. How do you answer that?
I would not think that's a healthy democracy, because a healthy democracy has oppositions and changing, there's changing people all the time when there's like people in the head of governments. And in general, the situation in Cambodia, a lot of it is based off of nepotism. That's how government officials get their job, and why Hun Sen has passed down the position to Hun Manet. And then that's just how it is. There's no meritocracy in Cambodia, and if there were, then there would be a lot more people who would want to work in Cambodia and rise up. But since there's no social mobility, no meritocracy, a lot of people that I know are just looking for ways to expand outside of Cambodia. And yeah, it's an issue. And for the people who think that it is a democracy, uh there's a lot of critical thinking that needs to be made, because a lot of people in Cambodia do not have the choice to vote for something else. They are forced to vote for the oppressive regime, or else their family and other people they love might face consequences. And for them, it's a way of survival. They vote for him because it's how they survive and how they're able to essentially be something in Cambodia. If you're not a part of it, they will, like you said in that voice memo, they will beat you. And then if they cannot beat you, they will try to extort you and buy you. And that's why there's no opposition voices in Cambodia. But yeah, it's a lot outside of Cambodia that's speaking out about it.
Well, thank you, Phakdey. That's a really great explanations. I want our audience to hear from our youth. What are you thinking about Cambodia? Because I mean, you are the real youth. So yes, thank you for that explanations. And yes, I keep telling people, and people ask. I have been asked that question, and I can answer that. No, there is no real election in Cambodia. Period. There's no real elections. And the election is not what we call free, fair, and just elections. Anytime there's election, there's threat. There, if they threat you, after they threat, first they buy you. If they couldn't buy you, they threat you, they harass you. And on the last election, closing the window, closing the door, counting the ballot. So there is no such thing as free, fair, and just election in Cambodia. So for people to think that, oh, the people in Cambodia love and adore Hun Sen, now love and adore Hun Manet for the last 40 years, it's not true. Because if it was true, Hun Sen wouldn't be trying so hard to destroy opposition. Because if people actually vote for the Hun family or the CPP with the landslide victory, Hun Sen wouldn't be working so hard to smash and destroy opposition. So that's one of the things. And yes, Phakdey, there is no such thing as free election in Cambodia. People would vote for Hun Sen just to survive, want their job, their family. So there's no such thing as and also the people that you're lucky enough that you have a passport to come overseas, but other people doesn't have a way to get out of the country, and they just live the way they are. And it is up to us, up to the people overseas, and also up to the youth to understand so that way they can able to say it clearly what's going on, and to what's going on in Cambodia. On that note, thank you so much, Phakdey, for being here. Anything you want to say? I might not able to ask you yet, or I'm forgot to ask you. Anything you want to add?
No, thank you. That's all.
No, thank you. Okay. Our audience, if you have question, you can ask Phakdey. He's here. You will probably see more of him. Hopefully to bring him in once a month or twice a month, because he is home. And if your kid is home, bring them their way. And like I said, I'm not very much on talking about politics. Today we're just talking about Cambodia to Phakdey, and Phakdey expressed, all the youth should get involved, should care about what's going on in Cambodia. So on that note, thank you, Phakdey. We'll see if anybody have any questions for you. Since people love you so much. Let's see. No, there's nothing. And so you have a lot of people. Yeah, on that note, thank you, Phakdey, for being here, for sharing your thought, and for also to show the youth out there what's going on. And I'm proud that you are here. I'm looking forward to have more youths here. Like I said, you will see a different face. You see, I want to show that the youth in America, especially in America. If I couldn't get anybody from Europe to join, or anywhere to join, I want people to know that we do care and concern about Cambodia, and they do care and concern about Cambodia. There's somebody asking you a question. You can read it and you can answer.
Okay, so the question is, Phakdey, what is your future like? Are you interested in joining Cambodian politics? I think Cambodian politics is very fascinating, and a lot of it I feel like is born out of passion for the country. And I love my country. I was born in Cambodia, I was raised in Cambodia, and I moved to America. It holds a special place in my heart, and if I'm able to use Cambodian politics in order to create a better future just for my family in Cambodia, then I would be doing it. And yeah, no, it would be great to join Cambodian politics and just spread democracy in Cambodia and make sure that there's a future in Cambodia, that it does not put a lot of people in oppressive regime, and in general help people of all types, and not just the upper class in Cambodia, but also the working class and the lower class, and just help people in general. I would love to join if it's just to help people in general and help pave a way for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Phakdey. See, everyone, there's hope. Shouldn't lose hope. There is always hope. So our hope is one of these days, hopefully soon, the regime is not there, and so we are hoping. Like, I have hope, they have hope, and our youth have hope. So that's a good thing. And the regime will not last the last 40 years, but will not last any longer. So soon. On that note, again, thank you, Phakdey, for being here. Hope for you to come back soon, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. And our audience, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, the audience that sending us the questions, making comments, making show more engaging. In that case, thank you, and have a good evening, Phakdey. Have a good dinner, and hopefully I see you again. Okay.
Thank you.
On that note, thank you so much, our audience, and I will see you next Tuesday. So hopefully you have a good evening if you are in the US. Hopefully you have a good morning if you are in Cambodia. So see you again next Tuesday. Thank you and have a good day.